I am back. Frig, I just had a little nap earlier. Oh, jeez. Do. Maybe I'll wear it too, okay? What's up, Alex? Oh, man, I'm just getting up from a nap. I'm just getting up from a little nap, dude. Were you expecting me? I know I'm 2 minutes late, eh? Ugh. Finally getting over this little cold there. Man, I had the craziest. I had a crazy dream earlier. I had a dream that I was on this gigantic plane, and I had a dream that like Elon Musk asked me to friggin' go get him a 7-Up and a pop by the fridge next to the cockpit or whatever, and I toured through this plane. My God, the people I met surgeons, I met security guards, I met doctors, lawyers, business people, all these different rooms, all these different maintenance guys. It's crazy. It was a crazy dream. But it felt familiar. You know how you have a dream and it's like the continuation of an old dream that's like happened 5 years ago or something? What's up, Moon? Of course I remember you. Yeah, Alex says, well, yeah, it was weird, yeah. It was a familiar dream. It was like a dream that was like a continuation of an old dream that happened a couple of years ago. Well, it was like a storm outside when I looked out the window of the plane. And then in this other window, I looked outside and I could see the grass and a little hill. And I was just like wet outside, like the fall. And I was like, what the heck? It was so weird. And I remember thinking that too. I was like, well, how can I be on a plane if I'm looking outside and I see the grass? Oh, man. It's a crazy dream. What's up, Wake? What am I doing? Today's nighttime, man. I'm doing my nighttime stream. Welcome, everybody. Should we run a poll or something? I don't know. Lately, my polls have been... Yesterday, I did a poll on YouTube here on the live stream, and I got like 97 votes. Yeah. So, yeah, sorry if I don't have a huge energy. Okay, you're 1, 2, 3. Wake up or snooze or lose? Huh. Bro, I'd rather snooze. There's nothing wrong with snoozing. Well, come on, guys. We need a big crew in here. Let's get 10, 20 people. Yesterday was so fun. These live streams these last couple of days were so fun. It was nice. It was nice. And I just was reading online how to entertain you guys better. Love entertaining you guys. Yeah, 4 years ago I was there. Oh, God. Huh. Yeah. Dolly Crash. Yeah, exactly, guys. What's up? Did I try the tofu? No, dude. No, I think I'm just going to throw it out. Man. If I'm being honest with you, I don't think I'm ever going to eat it. Man. This is kind of a weird stream today, eh? Only 5 people in here so far. Good evening. Hope you are content with the content creation life. Yeah, bro. Arius says flex my biceps. Not really in the mood for flexing right now. Yeah, so we'll get the stream started. I guess. This is a nightmare. Okay, strange. Do. So I'm back on schedule. Yeah, I'm back on schedule. Feels good. Feels good to feel good. Oh yeah, says they got kicked out of a casino. Wow. Okay. That explains why you weren't in my live stream, huh? I wonder if being 2 minutes late affected my live stream here now. I wonder if that's a possibility. Oh well. No 3-minute video today, too. Usually I make little 3-minute videos, but not today. Usually it makes a difference. Uh-huh. I get that a lot, area. Or arene. Yeah, I guess so, CB. I guess so. I know, it's 2 minutes late. Yeah, it's 2 minutes late. I know, but usually I get a big burst of like 10, 20, 30 people in here. Now it's just 6. But whatever. Of course, when people click on me and they see me yawning and saying I just took a nap, it's not very exciting. It's not very professional, huh, CB? I'm a covert jerk, yeah. I try not to be covert about it. What's up, 709? Yeah, keep it on the down low. Well, my live stream this morning got invaded by people from Palestine there. Oh my god. It was weird. It was random. You never know what's gonna happen on a live stream. I'm just trying to enjoy the process, go slow type thing. Which, yeah, it does sound kind of boring too, admittedly, but I don't know. I feel like everything is already set. I feel like everything has already been made up, if that makes sense. Sounds like a strange thing to say. Ooh, like we think we have all this control in our lives, but in a way, I guess we don't, or something like that. It's like if we're chosen by the algorithm to be a popular political commenter, then we will be, and if not, then not. Oh yes, let's try to be more accepting and less judge. Yeah, says the guy who got kicked out of a casino. I accept you for getting kicked out of a casino. Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, and the cold screwed up my sleeping schedule. It was all just backwards. I was sleeping like 10 hours a day, just recovering from the cold. I feel a lot better now, though. Like, even just a couple days ago, to go for a walk, to go for a 1 kilometer walk would make you feel pretty tired, just to go for a walk. You feel it in my back. Ooh. But not now. Not now. I feel a lot better now. Whenever I go for a walk, I don't feel it at all. So that's a lot better. And today was a special holiday here in New Brunswick. It was something called a Family Day. It was Family Day. Oh yeah, it says you hang out with people, ? Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, every once in a while there. Yep. Pretty every 3-4 days or something like that. Yeah. But in this town that I'm in, there's not too much people that hang out. Hey, Avi. Here where I live in Canada, everything is money and status and power and people hustling and bustling. It's really been like that ever since 2019. Oh yeah, it says there's a loneliness epidemic going on. Yeah, not as bad as some of the other epidemics though. Why don't I go to Florida? Because secretly, deep down, I'm scared of alligators. That's why. Terrified. Well, that's a possibility. Maybe I will. Yeah. Maybe I'll be less lonely if I go to Florida. Yeah, and I ran out of protein there, and the stores were closed for Family Day. Hey, Crystal, what's up? Am I eccentric? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. Not right now, though. I mean, I'm a little bit of everything there. Introverted, extroverted, eccentric or calm or whatever. Depends when you catch me type thing. I'm not always on one modality, you know what I mean? Florida's got the summer vibes. Yeah, it must. I wonder if it's like, is it super hot in the summer or is it just like regular hot? Is it like super hot or just regular hot? Means I'm alleyverted. I never heard about that. What the heck is that? Yeah. Yeah, so like I was saying, I ran out of protein here at my place and the stores are closed, so I could not get any protein and all inverted? Nah, it's not inverted. People get it confused. They think, oh, if somebody is extroverted, they must be extroverted 100% of the time, but that's not the case. That's not the case. People are not solidified as just one thing all the time. You know, even like you think a comedian would be extroverted and loves hanging around a big group of people at all times and is never alone, but that's not the case. A lot of comedians who get on stage, they spend a lot of time alone, you know, writing or trying to be more funny or whatever. So it's not always the case. But just a lot of people don't really necessarily understand that. Or they might think, oh, I'm really good at my emotions, or I'm really good at thinking, and I just think all the time, but I'm terrible at using my senses. Like, say, for example, someone could say, well, I'm really good at thinking, and so I'm a nerd, but I'm bad at sports. So I'm not good at physical stuff, but I'm good at thinking. But in a way, really, that's not true. That's not the case. Most people that's like nerds and they're good at thinking, they can still do sports. They're just not as good. But it's not that they can never do it or anything like that. Oh, yeah, says, do I have kids? Nope. Nope. When the weather is warm and sunny, moods get better. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Avi. But I mean, Florida must be pretty nice weather even right now. Florida must be pretty nice. Canis says, what part of Canada? I'm in New Brunswick right now. And yeah, I go live twice a day, trying to get back on schedule, go live at the same time. I was getting a lot of traction for a while, like 2 weeks ago. There was a good crew of people in here. I could barely keep up with the comments now. So I kind of like it when it's nice and slow like this too. Ain says nice and sunny down here. Yeah, exactly. That's what I would like. Florida, you know. Just I'd like to get like a cheap apartment or something like that if that's possible in Florida. I don't know if that's possible. But I see some food apps that I check on Florida, the food apps. You guys got unique food in Florida. Nice quality food. Have I ever been to Halifax? Yeah, I've been to Halifax. I've been to I kind of forget the name of the place in Halifax now, but I've been to Halifax. What's up, Spartacus? Avi says I like summer vibes. Yeah, who doesn't? Who doesn't, man? Yeah. Yeah, it's made up by you, Celestial. Yeah, I got you. Okay, South Florida, very expensive. Okay, good to know, man. Good to know. I did not know that. Central and Northern Florida is pretty cheap, but very, very expensive in the South. Okay. Hey, Rajo, did I eat lobster there? I can't really remember. I think actually I did. I think actually I did one time. Yeah, on a balcony. Nice backyard deck. Uh, fifth of whiskey. Okay. Huh. You do live streams yourself, Rajo? I didn't know that. You do live streams yourself once in a while. Hey, Rick C. Yeah. Well, as time goes on, I'll either go to like Maine or Florida or somewhere because it's close to me already. Since I live in New Brunswick, I just got to go down. Why do I wear a beanie right now? Actually, it's freezing in my room. I'm freaking cold. My triceps are cold. My arms are cold. It's like a freezer in here. If I ever worked at a restaurant in Scarborough, Maine, oh my God. No. No, I've been to Bangor, Maine. I can't remember if I went to Scarborough. Walking along the beach in Bangor, Maine. Time to buy real estate. Yeah. Yeah, I know, dude. I should have bought some properties too in 2008. I even had the money for it back then, even though I was only like 15 or 16. Could have bought a house whenever I was a kid. Yeah, I do degenerate style live streams. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Moon just says because he's bald. Yeah. No, well, yes, I am bald, but I'm actually cold right now too. Dun, 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 dun. Chairs. Bangor is cool. I have some friends in New Brunswick. Yeah, yeah, I remember you saying that in the past. Yeah. Malice Nation. No, not really. I don't really know who. I don't really know that culture. No. No, there's Micmac culture. That's pretty much the only one I know. Yeah, Micmac people. Ryan. Yeah, Ryan. Yeah, me too, Ryan. I had a Bitcoin account. Whenever I was a kid, I was signed up and everything. Back then, they had a website where if you like solved math problems, they give you Bitcoins for free. And I was like this close. I remember being that close to it too. And I got on my old Bitcoin account a couple of weeks ago just to see, but it had 0.0 in it. It had nothing in it because I was not mining. I did not have anything. So I was like, damn it. Why you got no hair? No, I shaved my head a while back. I started shaving my head a couple months ago. I would use a calculator. Nah, dude, it was not. It was not simple math, dude. It was pretty hard math, actually. It was pretty freaking hard. Yeah, I remember I could not really. You had to think pretty hard about it. You know, it had a lot of bed mass equations and then some other stuff in it. Right, right, right. Yeah. Uh-huh. Weird stream today. But yeah, last night was a great stream. This morning too was a good stream. So take what I can get. I like the calm streams too. Last night I got 600 comments, 650 comments or something like that. So it's a lot to keep up with. When you get 1,000 comments an hour there, it's pretty much too much to read all at once. So I like it when it's chill like this too, in a way. Da, 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 da. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, so I ordered like a wind protector for my microphone, so now I can make videos outside. Because the last couple of videos I made where I was outside, I had my microphone, but it was windy and it was making that wind sound on my friggin' videos, and it pretty much ruined the videos, the wind, you know. CB says the world's talking about Canada. Oh yeah, I know. Nobody believes what the news says about anything anymore at this point, huh, guys? But that's why everybody goes to indie stuff, indie channels like mine or whatever. I just need a couple more months of dedication. Do 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 do. A lot of people think Canada's a land of milk and honey. Yeah, exactly, CB. Yeah, I like to get like a more powerful computer too, and I can make better quality videos rather than just shooting everything off my phone. Post-truth, yeah. Who came up with that? I forget who came up with that post-truth. Anyway. Yeah, so I know my videos is mostly just like opinion videos. So it's kind of low engagement or whatever, but compared to some of the other people that make content. So I know I should have got my act together. It's like I'm up to date with technology for paying attention to it, studying it, reading it, and all that stuff, but I'm just missing like certain gadgets or whatever. But whatever. But in a way, you know, we're meant to like slowly learn and then take a little break and slowly learn and take a little break and slowly learn, take a little break. So I'm not like Ben Shapiro or some of these other guys right off the bat there. Very appreciative of the land. Okay. Not really, dude. Not really. That's just made up hooey bluey Canada positivity crap. Most people aren't, dude. Most people aren't. I remember back in the day just walking down the road, seeing all the trash on the street, like people throwing out trash. Like when the snow melts in the winter, there's all the trash that's been exposed of everybody throwing stuff out. Yeah, Stephen Colbert, okay. Truthiness, yeah, truthiness, yeah. Truthiness, but I don't know about post-truth society. Unknown says they love Canada. Yes, sir. Moon says where you live. Okay, where you live. Well, yeah, certain places like Nunavut and stuff like that, they really like the land and they respect the land and all that kind of stuff. But like once you get in the cities and once you just certain places, yeah, and different cultures, not everybody cares, you know. Sometimes I see people littering too. They walk down the road, they crumple up a piece of plastic, throw it in the ground. You're like, dude. Or they throw away their coffee cups. Instead of leaving it in their car, they throw it outside there. So, but littering, a lot of littering, Certain places like littering is really frowned upon, like Qatar, Russia, New Delhi, Amsterdam, and certain places around the world there, France or wherever. If you get caught littering, you get in a lot of trouble. But here in Canada, nah. Your city's more like a town. Yeah, it's a small town, Singapore, littering is a big crime. Okay, yeah. See, certain places, yeah. I disagree, Moon. I disagree. It's not really homeless people that litter, well, unless it's in a city. But like in small towns, it's like young adults, really, like men and women 40 and under. They throw stuff out of their cars. They throw it out of their cars. It's what they do. You know, when you got 10, 20,000 cars that drive by the same road every single day, statistically, even if 0.5% litter, that's still like 50 people a day, you know, so, or even 0.3% is like 30 a day. So When you factor that in, little pieces of plastic and everything there, it adds up. What's up, Brandon? How's it going? I go for a little walk later. And yeah, that friggin' interesting dream I had earlier, eh? That plane that I was in. Lately, I've been having these dreams, eh? Where they're like dreams I had a couple of years ago, but it's a continuation from a dream. It's interesting. Starting to like it. SCB, cooked or cooking. Well, it needs to be flipped. It needs to be flipped. If Canada doesn't get flipped, it'll start to burn in terms of cooked or cooking, CB. How does that answer you? And that's the truth. They should make big trash bins. Yeah, really. In the city I'm in, they got lots of trash bins, and the city workers pick it up every day, pretty much every day. Hey, Kath. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a crazy dream, yeah, for sure. Yeah, it was this huge plane I was in, and as I kept going into it, like deeper and deeper, trying to make my way to the cockpit or whatever, it was an interesting dream for sure. What do you mean by flipped? You're a bit confused on what I'm trying to say. Well, you said, like, is Canada cooked or cooking? And I said, like, well, if is it cooked or cooking means is it finished cooking? Or is it finished cooking or is it cooked? And I said, like, if we don't flip it, it's going to be burned. So it's a metaphor. It just means that if changes don't take place soon, it's going to get a lot worse. Then we'll be cooked. Kat says, we don't celebrate Family Day. The founder of Manitoba. Didn't know there was such a thing. Founder of Manitoba. Frig, I smell something burning downstairs. Somebody cooking. Yeah, that's kind of slang, yeah. What do I think needs to happen? Less cancel culture, less woke people, less indoctrination, particularly from teachers. And that's just a start. Less immigration, more families working together, more positivity, less negativity, and like neuroticism, stuff like that. And that's even just like social and emotional stuff. It's not even, we really haven't even covered like physical stuff yet. I see Five Nights at Freddy's now. It's already ready, getting released in 2027. Oh, okay, good to know, good to know. I didn't realize they were working on another one already. Some dude says they don't know about me, but they can't wait for Greater India. Are you referring to Canada being called Greater India? Kat says that they want less racism in Canada. Definitely. Yeah. It's being racist is definitely outdated. Differentiate between negativity and reality. Yeah. Well, negativity, yeah. It's so much easier to be negative. Negativity sells. Negativity sells. That's why the news is always negative, because it keeps your eyeballs kind of locked into it. So that's just my opinion. How's it going, gang? Where are y'all from? Are you guys from North America? I got a feeling we got a lot of people from North America in here today. That's normal. Usually I get the international audience in the morning streams and the North America streams at night. So you guys all from Canada, what's up? I say we elect Randy Leahy from Trailer Park Boys. Oh my God. He passed away. He's the leader. Canada leads. Formulus is not really. He's not really from Canada, I guess. CB says I am from Canada. Yeah, okay. Thought so. I thought so. Yeah. Yeah, it's an outdated term. Yeah, makes sense. Makes sense. Makes sense. But just you guys just being here shows initiative, shows that you guys care and that you guys are paying attention at least, which is more than most. Most people got their like individual private lives and they don't really bother to like push for anything necessarily, push for themselves or engage, I should say. So let's respect you guys for that. Yeah, like these nice little streams. As long as the Montreal Canadiens are doing good, it'll be all right. Yeah, dude, that's an illusion. That's all an illusion. That's to keep you. That's to keep you like distracted. That's just a distraction. Watching other people make millions of dollars to skate and sweat and hit a puck. It's an excuse for everybody to drink and yell at the TV. While the rest of the population has to be responsible. Some dude says, yeah, true, exactly. Wish they made housing more affordable. Yeah, I was so too, Kath. For the average person, yeah, single people need like 3 roommates just to pay. That's exactly right, Catho. Catho's prime. They're getting their money in. They want to make as much money as possible before shit hits the fan in Canada. Eh? So they're really taking off the. They're really double dipping there. Not only does the older generation have good retirement packages, houses that they inherited and everything, and they had good paying jobs and everything in their youth and everything, that the older generation has all the cards, but now they got high rent and more competition with jobs and stuff for the younger generation. So really the older generation in Canada has all the advantages. They got all the cards right now, and so long as people are, watching the Montreal Canadiens play hockey and getting drunk and not paying attention to what's going on around them, then yeah, they can just jack up the rent and jack up and invite competition. And I know a lot of young people that's on welfare that they just checked out of society. They're not dating, and they're not. Yeah, so Canada's just like in stasis mode right now. I would predict in the next 1 or 2 years, the deficit's going to rise by even almost 20%, especially if we don't sell stuff to America. Yes, Ryan, formula, I have no idea. Feels good to stretch. Must be growing. Anytime you get that stretching and it feels good there, it must be growing. So I think I'm growing. Actually, Canada's not really extracting a lot of. We could be extracting more minerals. We got some minerals that we're going after, of course, like gold and steel and stuff like that. But there's some other stuff we're probably neglecting, like like aluminum, and sending away some of our bitumen and stuff like that rather than extracting ourselves. And we never really got enough like methane or whatever it is in Alberta. Like we got a lot of gas in the ground that we're not extracting right now. Beth says, do I like Metallica? Yeah, sure. Go Jets. But yeah, we could, if we could get past all these environmental surveys and all that stuff, yeah, then we can extract more stuff. But yeah, potash, uranium, yeah, yeah, natural gas, yeah. We should pull up some more natural gas. But the choice has already been made for us. All that stuff needs to get approved at the House of Commons. They're battling it back and forth with conservatives and liberals and all that stuff before they send a couple $1 million to one particular company, even just to get started. Before that one particular company gets started, they got to do all these environmental surveys and stuff like that. That takes a couple months. That they need a few old talking heads to sit around in like these little work offices for a couple of months or whatever. Testing and waiting and all that kind of stuff. It's a slow process. And in this day and age, by the time any of that gets done, it's already too late at this point because all the other rival countries are just way ahead of schedule. It's just all the other countries are fast tracking it right now. What's my accent from? Quebec. Punjab has more Canadian flags than Canada. Probably. Getting there. That might not be true now, formula, but it could be true in 1 or 2 years from now. Don't forget, guys, to hit that subscribe if anybody's new here. You know, don't forget. I know sometimes people forget. People just crazy. Yeah, well, they want to show their flags, I guess. You know, Brandon just donated $1,000. You're right, Brandon. Right. Exactly, Beth. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Well, I grew up in Quebec, but I don't really speak French. Yeah, I just never bothered. It's funny how even whenever I was younger, I remember telling my math teacher, and I was like, who was French. No, sorry, I remember telling my French teacher who was French. I was like, I don't need to learn French because Quebec's going to collapse in a couple decades anyway. And we're just about there. We're this close. So, not that I'm happy for anything, but I instead focused on other stuff back then. I had to lock in on different stuff because I knew that my life was going to be tough. So I was like, I'm not bothering to learn French for that. And the thing about Quebec too, if you're an English person who even speaks French, like the older generation, the 50, 60, 70-year-old guys there, they're not going to like you. They're not going to be nice to you and all that stuff. Because if you're not born French, they're not going to respect you pretty much. So it's like, well, if they're not going to like appreciate you as a English bilingual French speaker, it's like, just don't even bother. Just let them be. Is Canadian French about to collapse? Socially. Nothing wrong in learning a language. No, there's nothing wrong with learning a language. Just I didn't bother to spend the mental resources to learn it. You know, I instead partitioned off that learning potentiality, if you will, into like history, philosophy, health, science, whatever, you know, English. There's nothing wrong with it, no. Of course not. Stunk of French, yeah, exactly. We are kinder in other provinces, yeah, for sure, for sure. A lot of tourism traps in Quebec, a lot of boring places in Quebec too, on the way to New Brunswick. So when you factor that in, I mean, not everyone in Quebec is mean and everything, obviously. They got good restaurants and some nice hotels and stuff, but that's about it. Joda, it's how everyone acts. Yeah, well, yeah, where's a genuine place? Where's a place that you can go where people just genuinely care about you or genuinely like you, eh? That says they're a big metal fan. I'm just more into motivation music, workout music. Nativism is real, I guess. The Quebec culture's probably felt under threat for a long time. Well, I mean, every culture in the world is under pressure, right? In one way, shape, or form or another. But don't get tricked into politicians and stuff making it up as an excuse for them to leverage their position and power over you and all that kind of stuff. That's the thing. That's the difference. That's the difference. When people make up using what sounds as a rational, instinctual thing, but they use it as an excuse to gain control of the land, the people, the resources, the money, and everything else. You know, at the end of it all, we're all human. We all, you know, desire like food, water, shelter, and all that kind of stuff. But it's like, if the big wigs and the money makers and the politicians and the millionaires and everything is using that as an excuse to get more mansions and more business and all that kind of stuff, you know, so that's how that goes. That's how that goes. It's all about status. It's all about power. And it's all about meaning in their lives. Katzel Prime says speaking Spanish, Punjabi, Sanskrit, and Tagalog. Huh. Hey, Rajni. Good morning. Formula says, however, you wish you knew that language too. I know enough. I know enough, man. I'm content with where I am and how I am and my language, whatever there. Yeah, I guess I wish I knew a little bit more, like we all do. But I'm pretty content. I'm pretty content, dude. Honestly. Hey, Rajni, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. I'm trying to go back on schedule, 11 a.m. and 11 p.m. Atlantic time. I'm back on schedule. Joda says everywhere you go, people hate tourists. Connecticut people are accepting. Okay, good to know. Thank you. Hey, Rajni. We're talking about, like, where do we go on vacation where people are nice to us? That's what we're talking about. Joda says you might as well tour the world and not care. Yeah, I like to tour the world, dude. I like to tour the world, Joda. Not care what anyone says, as long as you travel to safe places. Yeah. Maybe one day that's what I will do, guys. I mean, I could still live stream in different places, right? But I don't know. I'd like to get some sort of like camper van or something like that. I don't really know if I want to sleep in tents or hotels and motels and all that stuff. I don't know. I want to go to small towns where people are used to small amounts of tourists and the views are beautiful. Right on, Beth. That's a good idea. That's nice. Card says, I like turtles. Didn't you say that last time, Cards? Small towns in Italy. Yeah. Every once in a while, though, guys, I do look up like cheap vans for sale and like maybe fix up a van and travel around Canada with it, you know? Ken Kenneth is from Connecticut. Okay. Oh, that's a good one, Card. That's a good one. Security super important. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I was just thinking that too. If I had like a camper van, I would have cameras on the outside and stuff. A lot of people, there's a big community on YouTube with these stealth campers, they're called. Last year I spent a week in Jordan. Right on. How was that? How'd you like that? That's cool. It's a nice little conversation there. I like that. I like this. Right on. It's awesome. But yeah, every once in a while I see a van pop up for sale for $2,000, $3,000. And it is a possibility that I get like a van or even some sort of like, I don't know how you would describe that, like a mail truck, like a postage mail truck for sale, like spacious. Get it for $2-3 grand, fix it up a little bit, fix up the interior. Stealth campers, oh yeah. It's like all the rage. They fix it up and they fix up the windows. They put tint on the windows and stuff so people can't see inside. And people cook inside their stealth vans. And they have like, because lithium batteries are pretty powerful now, eh? A couple of years ago, they weren't that powerful, but now they're powerful enough to have lights and cooking and a TV and, and all that stuff, The battery packs now. And little refrigerators. Punjab is so different from the rest of India because of its religion, culture, and people. Yeah, maybe. Be a good idea. I'd like to travel the world in a couple of years for sure. Passport's one of the best in the world, higher than US. Huh. We can travel the world carefree. Okay. Well, I'm not sure about that, Catho, actually. Certain places like Egypt and Israel and all that stuff there, if they find out you're Canadian there, sometimes they might want to kidnap you there. Or Madagascar, or Cameroon, or Russia, or China, obviously. You got to be more careful what you say, what you post online, stuff like that. No matter where I go, thank you, Cards. Minivans make great stealth campers, yeah. Yeah, I know a lot of people too, they try like hatchback cars, which is even smaller, but it's because they enjoy the like fuel economy and they enjoy the challenge of it being super small. I don't know if I want it too small. Like I don't know if I would want a hatchback car for a stealth camper because it's kind of too small. The dudes who live in an ice cream truck, yeah. Well, I mean, ice cream trucks are pretty outdated. I mean, you don't really see those pop up on the market no more because of their age or whatever. And I don't know if I want like a stealth camper. I don't know if I want my vehicle to be too old because if something breaks down, it's going to cost like thousands to repair it because it's old equipment, old technology. Camping with Steve is a good channel. Lovely places in Jordan. It's kind of hard to find a place with good food, but once you do, the food's amazing. Okay. Lots of resorts near the Dead Sea, but it did get to 50 Celsius. Okay, that sounds pretty hot. Jordan says, what's up? Bar Yasuri, I should say. What's up, Yasuri? Welcome back. Jelly formula. Okay, interesting. U.S. national's passport is the most supreme. Yeah, probably. They got to be the best at everything, eh? Most U.S. citizens don't even know it's an option. Huh. Yeah, I never knew that. Canada national passport is also an uncommon option too. Yeah. Okay, good to know. If I go traveling the world, be sure to keep my passport. Yeah, exactly. Laminated paper with the address of your country's embassy. Huh. Laminated paper with the address of your country's embassy. Okay. All right, thanks, dude. Thanks for the heads up. Yeah. Interesting. Oh, yeah. Kind of bummed out that today was like a fancy holiday today, too. I would have liked to gone grocery shopping. I could have used some chicken breasts. Yes, sir. He says, did you know? Thanks, man. Thanks. Yeah. Right on, dude. Right on. Yeah. I wish everybody felt that way. Oh, geez, my camera almost fell, almost wiped out. What is going on here? My camera almost fell. Oh my God. I don't think Canadian national passport is, yeah, the way. Anyway. Great Nebraska, okay. Beth Anderson with the interesting facts. Anyway, 49 minutes into the stream here, you guys might as well give it a cap. Gotta go live tomorrow at 11 a.m. Atlantic time. Gonna try and get back on schedule for you guys. If anybody's new here, never subscribed yet, please consider hitting that sub. So hit the notification, you'll be able to see me a lot better. Check out my videos. Check out my 3-minute videos. The best way you guys can support me is to watch my videos. Maybe click on an old live stream and just click on an old live stream and then put your phone away and then watch TV or whatever and just let it play. That supports the channel a lot when you do stuff like that. Castle Prime says we are the 9th in passport ratings. 10th place. Okay. Yep. Good night, Kath. See you guys later.